Okay, salut tout le monde. So now I'm going to have a look at and we're going to discuss les inconvénients de la mode ou le contre. So the inconveniences, the disadvantages of fashion, or if you're against the fashion industry or the pressures of fashion. La mode coûte cher. Fashion costs a lot. It's expensive. Notice how cher, we have to change it from C-H-E-R to C-H-E-R-E to make it agree. C'est un gaspillage d'argent. It's a waste of money, some people feel. Certaines marques peuvent coûter des centaines d'euros. Some brands can cost hundreds of euros. And, is it worth putting the money into it? Il vaut mieux dépenser son argent sur des livres, des vacances, une voiture, ou des économies. Now, that's a beautiful expression there, lads. Il vaut mieux means it's better. It's worth more. You're better off to spend your money on books, holidays, a car, or savings. Souvent, les jeunes travaillent à mi-temps pour gagner de l'argent, pour être à la mode. Often, young people work part-time to earn money to be fashionable. Now, not all young people do it, but a lot of young people slave away and work part-time just to be able to afford those new runners that are 120 euros or whatever. Il y a souvent tellement de pression sur les jeunes à être branchés. There's often so much pressure on young people to be trendy. La mode n'arrête pas de changer. Fashion does not stop changing. Chaque saison, each season, les tendances changent. The trends change. C'est difficile et cher de suivre la mode. It's difficult and expensive to follow fashion. And it can be quite frustrating as well when you just bought a load of outfits this season and then it's changed next season. So what's fashionable now is unfashionable in 6 months' time, according to the fashion industry. On est parfois jugé par son apparence. Ce n'est pas juste. One is sometimes judged by one's appearance, and it's not fair because we shouldn't judge somebody by what they're wearing. On pense qu'il faut être à la mode pour être accepté dans la société. We think that we must be fashionable to be accepted in society. Avec des amis, à l'école, au pub, en boîte, with friends, in school, in the pub, in the nightclub. So we feel we have to dress a certain way to be accepted. Les jeunes deviennent obsédés par la mode et les marques. Young people can become obsessed with fashion and brand labels. They can become a bit too much. À mon avis, la mode ne devrait pas être la chose la plus importante dans la vie. In my opinion, fashion should not be the most important thing in life. On pense qu'il faut porter des vêtements branchés pour s'intégrer. Ce n'est pas vrai. One thinks we must wear trendy clothes to fit in, and it's not true. And there's that perception with young people that, okay, if you have to fit in at the disco, if you have to fit in on a non-uniform day, well, you need to wear trendy clothes. Nobody wants to stand out in something different. La personnalité de quelqu'un est beaucoup plus importante que les vêtements qu'il porte. Someone's personality is much more important than the clothes that they wear. Il est difficile d'échapper à la mode. C'est partout. C'est une overdose. So it's difficult to escape fashion. It's everywhere. It's an overdose. It is constant. Are you going to the wedding? What are you wearing? Are you going out at the weekend? What's the outfit? Communion, confirmation coming up. What are you wearing? Non-uniform day. What are you wearing? So you'll find the same in college next year. It's constantly keeping up with it. L'industrie de la mode peut être artificielle et trop commerciale. The fashion industry can be artificial and too commercial. There is the creativity get out of it. Is it just all about branding and popularity? How much you're selling? Popularity amongst young people. Is it too artificial now? Okay. Il y a beaucoup de pression de suivre des influenceurs mode sur Internet. There's a lot of pressure to follow fashion influencers on the internet. On pense qu'il faut les suivre pour être à la mode. We think that we must follow them to be fashionable. And there is a certain element to that, like amongst all age groups. You're familiar with the names of these fashion influencers yourselves. And sometimes we can become obsessed with keeping up with them. Souvent, ces Instagrammeurs et influenceurs mode postent des images en portant des vêtements de marque, mais la plupart reçoivent de grandes sommes d'argent pour porter ces marques. Often, these Instagrammers and fashion influencers post images wearing brand clothes, but the majority of them receive huge sums of money to wear these brand labels. C'est pour l'argent et pas pour l'amour de la tenue. It's for the money and not for the love of the outfit. And I even find that so disappointing when I scroll to the end of their Instagram post and I see hashtag ad, hashtag SP for sponsored. And I just think straight away, they don't even have any maths in it. L'industrie de la mode doit arrêter d'utiliser des filtres et Photoshop. So the fashion industry should stop using filters and Photoshop because it's just totally unrealistic. Il nous montre des images irréalistes et ça met tant de pression sur les jeunes. They show us unrealistic images and it puts so much pressure on young people. It's not achievable for us to look like that when the person itself doesn't look like that because it's been photoshopped. L'image des mannequins n'est pas bon. The image of models, it's not good. Certains mannequins sont trop minces. Some models are too skinny. They're too thin. Et ça montre un mauvais exemple aux jeunes. And it shows a bad example. So that should be un mauvais exemple. That should be masculine to young people. So it shows a bad example to young people. Les jeunes font des régimes stricts pour pouvoir porter les petites tailles des marques. Young people go on strict diets then to be able to wear these small sizes of brand labels. La mode et l'industrie de la mode, fashion and the fashion industry, peuvent être nuisibles à la santé physique et mentale des jeunes. And, they can be harmful to the physical and mental health of young people. L'industrie de la mode doit arrêter d'utiliser des mannequins maigres. So the fashion industry should stop using skinny models. Ce n'est pas réaliste. It's not realistic because they're not representing society. They're not representing the shoppers, really and truly. Okay, and just to go to the other few. La mode éphémère est devenue un grand problème. You might remember that la mode éphémère is fast fashion. And I think I had that added in class with you, but I forgot to put it in. Not sure how did I in the presentation earlier. So fast fashion has become a big problem. Certains magasins comme Penny's et H&M vendent des vêtements à quelques euros seulement. So certain shops like Penny's and H&M, just to name a few, are selling clothes at only a few euros. Des gens achètent ces vêtements, people are buying these clothes, et ils ne les portent que quelques fois, and they're only wearing them a few times because you're only spending a few euros on them. Sure, you're not bothered if you don't use them again. Après quelques usages, after a few uses, ils les jettent dans la poubelle, they throw them in the bin, et ils rentrent au magasin des vêtements pour acheter des vêtements dernier cri, and they return back to the clothes shops to buy the latest style clothes. So it's fast fashion, it's short-lived. La mode éphémère met trop de pression sur les gens d'acheter continuellement des vêtements dernier cri. Fast fashion puts too much pressure on people to buy the latest style clothes continuously. C'est un gaspillage d'argent, it's a waste of money. La mode rapide, fast fashion, or la mode jetable, another word for fast fashion, ce n'est pas bon pour l'environnement, it's not good for the environment. Souvent, ces vêtements, that should be CES, ces vêtements bon marché sont fabriqués dans des usines dans des pays pauvres où les lois pour protéger l'environnement n'existent pas. So often these cheap clothes are made, fabricated in factories in poor countries where laws to protect the environment don't exist. L'eau est souvent polluée pendant la fabrication des vêtements. The water is often polluted during the fabrication of these clothes. Quand les gens se débarrassent régulièrement des vêtements, souvent ces vêtements vont à un site de décharge où ils contribuent à la hausse du méthane dans l'atmosphère. When these people get rid of these clothes regularly, often the clothes go to a landfill site where they contribute to the increase in methane in the atmosphere. And as we know, that causes global warming. Il faut acheter moins de vêtements et faire du shopping moins souvent. We must buy less clothes, fewer clothes, and do shopping less often. Il faut acheter des vêtements éthiques. We must buy sustainable clothes, ethical clothes, sustainable clothes. Il faut arrêter de faire des achats dans les magasins qui vendent la mode éphémère. We really should stop buying in shops selling fast fashion. Il faut donner nos vieux vêtements aux magasins caritatifs. We should buy or give our old clothes to charity shops. On peut échanger des vêtements avec des amis. We should exchange clothes with friends. On peut réparer des vêtements. We could repair clothes. On peut acheter des vêtements dans les magasins caritatifs. And we could certainly buy clothes in charity shops. Okay, so I hope that helped. Merci.